What is going on, guys? And welcome to one of my personal favorite bits of content to record. It's my NFL preseason podcast. I'm going to be doing these sporadically throughout the year, probably for every quarter of the season. So I'll do 4 of them throughout the year. Just kind of like doing them. I like getting together with my buddies and talking football. And I've got 2 of my best friends in the world with me today. I've got Bryan and David. What's going on, guys?
Hello. How's everyone doing?
Better than your Patriots.
Oh,
I don't know about that there, bud.
Can you really say that, Bryan? You're a Panthers fan.
We know we suck. The Patriots have gotten too used to being good, and now they haven't had Tom Brady, and it's just.
You know what? I think we could be ready for a come up for the Patriots this year, but we'll see. We're going to get into our first topic. I've got slides, guys. I've got a slideshow. I'm professional.
Uh-oh.
Home improvement. Looking at 5 quarterbacks with new homes going into 2023. Starting with obviously the big one, Aaron Rodgers. How are we thinking Rodgers is going to do? I've got to say, real quick, I fucking hate this man so much.
Yes, agreed.
I have been a Dallas Cowboys fan the entirety of my football fandom, and he has regularly demolished us, especially the couple playoff meetings we've had. The year I decide, you know what, I'm done with Dallas, I'm going to switch my allegiances. The son of a bitch follows me to the same division.
That's what you get.
Absolute nonsense. But yeah, how much juice do we think Rodgers still has in the tank?
None.
Well, that's not true.
I think that's a bit excessive.
He's got something left in the tank. I mean, the Jets did something interesting, which is he gave them a laundry list of, hey, these are guys I like playing with.
And they went and got them.
They went and got. I mean, one of them being Alan Lazard. You know, he was one of his best wide receivers in Green Bay. He just really enjoyed playing with them. I think he's got a lot of talent around him in the Jets. I mean, you got Garrett Wilson, who was was the leading receiver with freaking Zach Wilson as his quarterback.
Yeah. And they're looking at adding Dalvin Cook.
They are looking at now that all. I think that all. I mean, it might not because Deshaun Watson, but I think that also has a lot to do with his legal situation. I don't want to get too into it. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
But that hasn't stopped guys with legal issues from being signed before. Again, Deshaun Watson.
He ruined the quarterback market.
That would be a really crowded running back core, though.
Yeah. I'm going to show my bias because I've got my Tar Heels jersey on. They've got a Carolina running back in their backfield. I want to see him get a bunch of touches. But
that's not going to happen because,
here's the deal. Running back by committee is the way to go. If every team's not doing it, they should. Otherwise, you're just going to kill the position. We know.
It's kind of already being killed for a different reason, but that's entirely different.
Well, because franchises run them into the ground, 300 carries a game or 300 carries a year.
Well,
their rookie contracts run up, and instead of paying them, they're like, we'll just draft another one.
Yeah, we'll just draft another one. My thing comes from as far as how he'll do is the AFC is stacked.
Yes,
and I'm not even just talking about the East. I mean the division itself. I mean Burrow, Mahomes, Justin Herbert. The AFC is loaded. So I feel like if the Jets don't at least make the playoffs, it's kind of a little bit of a loss for them.
It'll be a letdown.
Yeah.
They do have him for 2 years. They got him an extension. He took a massive pay cut. I want to point out real quick the hypocrisy of Aaron Rodgers. For the last 2 years he was in Green Bay, it was always
give me weapons.
Give me weapons. Give me weapons. You refuse to build a team around me. I hate the situation. Immediately leaves. Hey, go get all my weapons from Green Bay.
Yep.
I want all those players. I thought you didn't want to play with us. No, I want those players.
And here's the thing I saw today. Apparently, Devontae Adams is potentially looking to get out of Vegas.
Yeah,
I don't see that. I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening.
I think he went to Vegas because of Derek Vehicle.
Yeah,
because they were college teammates. Derek Vehickle's not there anymore. Speaking of, that's a great segue into Derek Vehicle. He is one of my boys. I love Derek Carr. I always get emotionally attached to really shitty quarterbacks, especially for fantasy. I'll hold on to him way too long.
Romo wasn't a shitty quarterback. His body failed him.
Yeah, but like I always had Romo, Matt Ryan, who wasn't a shitty quarterback, but like Kirk Cousins, Blake Bortles for several years.
Let's be clear. Kirk Cousins is not a shit quarterback. He's just Kirk Cousins. He is just mid. He's Kirk Cousins. He is the most mid quarterback to ever play the game.
Yeah. What are we thinking for Derek Carr this year in New Orleans?
Bryan, you want to go first?
NFC South title.
Yeah, it's not going to take much.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. It depends on how Bryce Young pans out. If he does well, there could be a battle. But I honestly think since the Saints aren't terribly far off from the team that made what was left of Drew Brees, Breezes.
Yeah.
It ain't too far from that. And you've got Carr, who may not be great, but he's certainly not going to lose you games. I feel like New Orleans, it would have to have my nod for the NFC South.
Yeah. Unlike Aaron Rodgers, because Aaron Rodgers happens to play in a very stacked conference. Derek Carr does not. The NFC is horrible.
Especially like Bryan pointed out, the NFC South is probably the worst division.
Yeah, nine wins might get you that division. 10 wins almost certainly gets you there.
I mean, you've got Atlanta, who's got like hardly anybody of substance at quarterback.
Yeah, they got Desmond Ridder in their starter.
And then you've got Tampa, who's got
Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, and it's just...
Hey, look, it's another quarterback that I'm emotionally in love with when it comes to fantasy football.
And another great segue.
Yeah. Well, what I just want to get my thoughts on Carr real quick before we switch to Baker. I agree. I think he can definitely win the NFC South. I mean, like we said, the division's not a hard division. He's got Chris Olave, who proved last year how good he is.
Yeah.
If Michael Thomas can actually get healthy, I know
that's Saints fans have given up on that one.
Their defense was actually pretty good last year. So if Derek Carr can play like he has played in Oakland or Las Vegas, whatever city you want to put the Raiders in, I honestly do think that they win that division. And I mean, like you said, it does have a lot to do with how Bryce Young does as far as the Panthers are concerned. But I mean, even with how good he potentially could be, I just don't see the Panthers winning that division this year.
Yeah, it's hard when you're rocking with a rookie, and they have committed to that rookie now as their starter.
Yeah.
In the same division, we move on to one of my favorite quarterbacks in the league, Baker Mayfield. You want to talk about a guy that's got weapons? Baker Mayfield's got weapons.
Can I just say, and I know he gets a lot of shit for it. I loved his progressive commercials. They just
They were
just so entertaining. Like they were just like I hate dumb commercials, and as much as they were dumb, they were fun. They were
entertaining. The dude is funny.
He seems like a very humble dude, and like I don't know. I always, like you said, I've always liked the guy for no other reason that he just seems like a genuinely good dude.
I honestly don't think his few games in Carolina should be a reflection of what he can do because
I agree.
Christ, Matt Rule should have never seen a pro football field as a coach.
I was so angry that they ruined Baker Mayfield. When I saw the news that Baker Mayfield was coming to my hometown team, it's as close as we're going to get as Charlotte. But like coming to my home team and like, we get Baker Mayfield in Carolina, let's fucking go. Oh, Matt Rule ruined him. Okay. Mayfield gets the blame again. Okay.
There's a shock. Fucking Matt Rule ruined someone. That doesn't happen.
What's that?
Man can't even spit right.
What's that? We're getting rid of him and bringing in Andy Dalton. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Sure. Baker seems like a type of guy who's like he's really competitive. Like he's been like that since college.
Yeah.
I feel like he might have a chip on his shoulder against the Panthers.
Oh yeah,
And
absolutely.
he gets to play him twice this year.
Well,
I'm looking forward to this game.
He left Carolina last year, and then like less than a week later started for the Rams and destroyed the Raiders.
Yeah, he had one good game with the Rams, and then he kind of fell off the wagon again.
Yep.
I don't know. A lot of that has to do with the fact that like he was playing in like what 3 different systems or 2 different systems last year, so that's a little much. But with Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, I mean, I think he's got a potential to have a really good year and a bounce back year. But I mean, yeah, I could see him giving the Saints a little bit of run for their money because that's the same division, right? Yeah, they're the same division.
Yep.
So I want Baker to have a good year.
Absolutely.
I think we're going to have some really good football in that. The division is not great, but I think the divisional games in that division this year are going to be really fun.
I agree.
They don't call him the pastry chef for nothing.
Fucking Tampa pastry chef Baker Mayfield. All right. Moving on to a guy that I don't like, Jimmy Garoppolo. I don't like Jimmy Garoppolo. He's too pretty.
He's too pretty. How dare you, sir?
How dare you be pretty?
Good old Jimmy G. You know what? You know what Jimmy G is? He's an excuse. And I say that as a guy who he was on the Patriots. That's where he started his career. And the only reason he had success in the 49ers is because anyone could be quarterback of the 49ers. I could be quarterback of the 49ers.
I mean, that was proven last year when Brock Purdy was getting wins with that offense.
It's not a hard thing to do. Jimmy G is just a built-in excuse for the Raiders to be like, oh, why did we suck? We had Jimmy G.
We had Jimmy G.
Yeah, and if they do good, it's like, oh, we had Jimmy G. Of course we were good.
Yeah, I just can't buy into Josh McDaniels as a head coach.
Hell no, no, he's not a head coach.
Out of these 5 quarterbacks, I believe Jimmy G has the potential to have the worst season out of them.
Well, with one caveat, and this list was only at 5 because 5 looks better than 4. Gardner Minshew's probably not starting very much this year, if any.
No.
If any.
Who's Gardy? Who's he with?
Colts.
I can see him potentially starting until they feel like Richardson is ready.
It depends on what Richardson does in the preseason. I don't think that's going to happen.
I personally, and I know he wasn't the greatest quarterback ever, but I loved his freaking run in Jacksonville as fucking Mustache Mania was everywhere. It was great. It was so entertaining.
He's a very likable quarterback.
He's just like Baker Mayfield.
He's just not a Hall of Fame caliber.
Plus, he grows a hell of a mustache.
He does. He does grow a hell of a stash. Like I said, I added Minshew just that way I could get the list at 5. It's going to be fun to watch that quarterback battle in the preseason, I think.
The preseason is going to say a lot about the stuff we're going to talk about.
Mm-hmm. I will say, just to mention it, Richardson has the same knock on him that Trubisky did coming out of college, and that he only started 13 games in college. People seem to have forgotten that about Mitch when he came out of Carolina, that he was only the starter there for a year. He was backing up Marquise Williams the entirety of the time before that. So there's not a lot of tape on him from college. He is the definition of a project player. But they invested a first-round pick in him, I think. They're likely going to try to force him to start this year, which they shouldn't do. But
Didn't the Bears trade up for him?
You talking about Trubisky? Yeah, they traded up to 3. I meant the Colts investing in Richardson.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Richardson could pan out all right. He's one of those I would have been all right with Carolina going with if they had not traded up to 1.
Yeah.
Which I will say I do think Carolina's going to sorely miss the production of DJ Moore.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's like, hey, we're going to trade up to get a rookie quarterback. Who's he going to fucking throw to?
The corpse of Adam Thielen.
Yeah. But yeah, I hope Minshew starts. I hope Minshew starts the whole year. I don't want to see another rookie quarterback's potential wasted because you throw him in too soon.
Yeah. No, I think he should sit for the year, learn, and then you try next year. That's my unless of course Minshew gets hurt.
Yeah.
Then
or
if
he's just really bad. Like if he's just absolute trash.
Yeah. I don't think he's going to be that bad.
Me either. Which it's like the NFL front offices didn't watch what Kansas City did. They drafted Pat Mahomes. They sat him behind Alex Smith for a year and have won 2 Super Bowls with him.
Yep.
Like they took a project player who had a lot of upside, let him learn behind a veteran, learn the system, get used to the NFL, and now he's arguably the best quarterback in the league.
Yeah,
arguably.
I think there are a couple you could make cases for.
I would argue it. I would argue it simply for the fact you got Joey Cool over there.
Joey No Knees.
I was afraid you were about to say Mac Jones.
Hey, let's just put it out there that the fact that Joe Burrow's college team had Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson, who the fuck allowed that?
Yeah. Like there had to have been some shit, and that was before NIL was a thing in college. There was some shenanigans afoot there. I fucking hated that. Just tangent. I hated that LSU team. I hated their head coach, Orgeron. I fucking hated that guy. It tore me up watching them win the national championship. But yeah, Joe Burrow is. I'm so glad his injury wasn't severe.
Yes, me too.
Thank fuck for that.
I have him in fantasy. I'm really glad he's fucking okay.
Yeah. I shuddered when I saw that.
Yeah. Twitter. Here comes the cart for Joe Burrow. No.
It was not
really cool.
It's like not a Steelers division. No,
I want the Steelers to lose every fucking game they play.
It was the fucking Mufasa meme of like, Joey, get up. Come on, Joey, get up.
Joey, get up. I love that when they officially announced that the injury wasn't severe, the front office tweeted to their fans like, "It's okay, guys. You don't have to give away your knees or whatever."
I love. Their tweet was, "Please stop calling to donate your calves. That's not.
It doesn't work like that." Love it. Love the Bengals. Simply for the fact that they play against the Steelers, who I fucking hate. But yeah, like out of these 5, is it pretty safe to say Rodgers is going to be the best this year out of the 5?
No.
Potentially.
I think with the NFL's propensity for pushing him as MVP, I think he's got a shot. But really, out of the 5, it's going to be between Carr and Rodgers, and I think Carr is going to get the nod because
that's fair. He's got less competition. He's got to play in the NFC, whereas Rodgers has to play in
the AFC.
In my opinion, the best division in football.
But he doesn't have to worry about Jalen Ramsey till December.
Yeah, that's true. Although I don't think they play each other till late in the year. I can look. Who am I looking at? The Dolphins and the Jets don't play each other until week 12.
Really?
Yep. They play each other week 12 and 15.
Ooh.
That's interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he could wind up being back just in time.
Oh, he'll be back well before then. He'll be back by midseason, definitely.
Well, they said he'll be back December. That's towards the tail end. So I feel like
yeah. He'll probably be back.
12. He'll probably get one of those games at least.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna move on past home improvement and go to young guns. Got a list of 10 rookies to watch out for and kind of what our thoughts are. Starting obviously with your boy Bryan. It's Bryce Young.
Oy. Well, I've seen some of the footage from practice, and he does look undersized. There is a thing about with the Carolina Panthers and undersized players. It's worked for them in the past with Mr. Ice Up Son.
Ice Up Son?
Yeah, he looked good. He looked good in college, but he's also got the stigma of being an Alabama quarterback, which I know you're about to say Jalen Hurts.
Well,
but
he transferred.
I don't know if he counts.
As much as I don't think he's proven himself. I think Mac Jones broke that stigma. I do.
A little. A little bit. I know that the stigma is Alabama quarterbacks don't play well in the NFL. That's the joke. I mean, up until he got hurt, Tua was playing pretty well last year.
His struggles is not his fault.
No.
That fucking medical staff should be tried for crimes for letting.
Absolutely.
Just
absolutely.
try. They should have their kneecaps harvested.
I'm gonna pull a Terrell Owens here. That's my quarterback. Don't let his brain get scrambled.
My quarterback.
Don't let his brains get scrambled. I love Tua.
I mean, Brett, I don't get the whole undersized thing. I mean, we've seen Kyler Murray have success.
A load of shit.
We've seen Kyler Murray have success, and he's not the biggest dude in the world.
He had success because of D-Hop.
Fuck it, D-Hop down there somewhere.
Fucking D-Hop down there.
I'll also like to point out, because a lot of mobile quarterbacks, especially the modern ones, are able to thrive, especially in college, because they're fast. Drew Brees was under 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
And is one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time.
Yeah.
Anytime somebody brings up undersized quarterbacks, shut the fuck up, Drew Brees.
Yeah, that's pretty much. I mean, what is this fucking WWE and Vince McMahon? He's under 6 feet. Fucking sucks.
He's not 6'5", 340 pounds of pure testosterone. Terrible.
Get him the fuck out of here. Unless he's Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, unless he's Rey Mysterio. Get him on the juice. But yeah, I fucking hate that argument for quarterbacks. The only valid one is maybe like if their hands are undersized, like Kenny Pickett. I understand that one because you got a grip of football. But if they thrive in college throwing the ball, I don't like that argument.
Yeah.
Like I said, my counter for it is always Drew Brees.
Yeah.
I mean, it just looked disconcerting how small he looked compared to that offensive line.
Well, that's not necessarily a bad thing. It means the line's big.
I mean, the other thing is, and I know he didn't do great in Indianapolis, but Frank Reich is he's got an offensive brain, and he's a good guy to develop him. And I think the issue with Frank Reich in Indianapolis came down to the fact that they gave him a washed up Matt Ryan, and I say that as someone who loved Matt Ryan. Like he was really good. But by the time he got to Indy, I mean, he was just old, and it was just like
I don't think Frank Reich ever bounced back from Andrew Luck retiring.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I mean, Bryce Young, like Richardson, has an offensive-minded coach, and unlike Richardson, has like an all-star coaching staff. So I feel like it's one of those. It's either going to be, fantastic or
the usual for first round quarterbacks who are pushed too soon. No, it's just first round QBs who are pushed too soon.
Well, Carolina, even though it worked for Cam.
No, okay. I'm going to point something out. No, it didn't. Cam Newton had 3 good years of football, and that was it. He's one of the most overrated quarterbacks in history.
When I'm saying it worked for Cam, I'm saying he put up damn good numbers in his first season. He broke a rookie record.
Yeah, like I said, he was good for 3 years, and that's it. He had 3 good years. And granted, he won MVP in 2015, and they went to the Super Bowl.
And then T.J. Watt ended him.
Yeah,
it ended his soul.
I'm gonna. Can we just pause real quick? I was in my booth because I wanted better audio, but my fucking legs hurt from standing, so I'm gonna run downstairs real quick and just jump onto my computer.
That's fair.
I'll be right back, buddy.
Yeah, no problem. I think we said all we want to say about Bryce Young. I think he has the potential to be. Well, we'll talk about that on the next one. And I will say I got this list for the majority of it from a post on NFL.com for just rookies to watch out for because I don't know all of them. Like Jackson Smith and Jigba, wide receiver for the Seahawks. I believe he's the number 2 receiver behind Metcalf. I'm actually going to check. Seahawks depth chart. Because, Geno Smith had a career year last year. So, I think it stands to reason he might be better this year, or at least as good.
Oh, here's the thing, though. That also could have been a fluke.
It's true, and
he also may
not
have been as bad as he looked in years past.
Yeah, because he started his career with the poverty franchise of the New York Jets.
Yes, basically, well, I think it's funny how them and the other New York baseball team are only one letter different.
Mm-hmm.
The Jets are the NFL Mets.
Yes, they are.
They try so hard, and they still suck.
Jackson Smith-Njigba is the wide receiver 3 behind Metcalf and Lockett.
Okay, that makes sense.
But their running back room is not great. It's Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet. That's a fun word.
Walker looked good last year.
Yeah, like it's not a bad running back room. It's just this team is going to throw the ball a lot. Metcalf is going to command a lot of double teams because he's DK Metcalf. He's a freak. And Lockett's going to be playing. You know what? What's in Njigba's build? Let's see. Because if you run Lockett in the slot as quick as he is, let's see. Njigba is 6'1", 200 pounds. So not the biggest in the world. Maybe they'll run Lockett on the outside to run those post routes and crossers and stuff and put Njigba in the slot.
I mean, that could work.
Yeah.
He's certainly not one of those bigger ones you could use at like wide receiver, tight end. Maybe they use him similar to maybe Debo.
It would depend on, let's see, Jackson. What was his 40 time? He ran a 4.48, which is not very good.
In my opinion, he needs to bulk up.
Actually, hold on. Yeah, 4.48 is not bad. Yeah, he either needs to try to get faster or put on some bulk.
Oh yeah, because 200 pounds is not beefy enough to be a physical receiver.
Unless you run a 4.3. Like fucking. What did Tyler Lockett run? How Lockett ran a 4.4. Like he ran a 4.4 flat. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to where he plays will determine on his route running capabilities. If he's a good route runner, put him in the slot.
It's all going to depend on what Geno Smith we get this year.
Yeah. Well, like when you've got a very talented 3 receivers there.
Yeah.
Metcalf is going to command a lot of double teams. He's a great jump ball guy. He can do everything well. He's really fast. He's going to command a lot of presence. So is Lockett. There's David again. So is Lockett. Lockett's really fast. You're going to have to commit a safety to Lockett most downs. So yeah, I think Smith-Njigba is probably going to get a lot of targets.
What are your thoughts? JSN right now?
Yeah, we're talking about JSN.
All right. So, first of all, and I know it is their tradition and it's what they do. God damn it, Patriots! You could have had them. So I know we got Christian Gonzalez, and I'm not complaining about that.
Oh, speaking of that pick,
yeah,
he's not on my 10 list, but he should have been.
JSN, I see. The problem with this category for me is I don't watch college football, so I don't have a lot of information on these players.
I don't either.
Yeah, I'm the lone college football enjoyer in the group.
So here's the thing, and you guys were touching on it a little bit as I jumped in, is the fact that the Seahawks have pretty good wide receiving core as it is. You've got Metcalf,
yep,
and you've got Lockett, who have already been a very good duo for the last couple of years. If you add JSN to that and the talent that he brings, I think you have 3 really good wide receivers on that core, and that makes that team very dangerous.
I think it's a top 5 receiving core potentially in the league.
Yeah,
they're really good.
I mean, that's adding to their already good defense they drafted last year. I mean, freaking Woolen proved himself as one of the best.
Yep.
I think the Seahawks are going to be a really dangerous team this year. I really do.
Yeah, I agree. Staying in the NFC, we got Jalen Carter. Shores up what is a very good defensive line for the Eagles. Thank God I'm not a Dallas fan anymore.
The good old Philadelphia Bulldogs.
How do they keep getting away with it? That is my question.
Got a great front office. Yeah, like they've currently their defensive line, and in my opinion, this isn't the best defensive line they could front. Josh Sweat, Fletcher Cox, Jalen Carter, and Brandon Graham. And then they've got Mr. I'm Large himself, Jordan Davis, as well.
I'm large.
I'm large. Yes, you are.
Yes, you are.
God, that defensive line is fucking nasty. And yet, Jalen Carter just adds to it. They got
I don't really have a lot to add to the other than like it's just not fair. It's really not.
It's really not.
I mean, my biggest issue with what Jalen Carter, he was the one that wound up in the legal trouble that sent him out of the. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he was like top 3, top 4, and he still got picked at 9. The Eagles are like, we don't fucking care. Gimme. I don't remember what his issues were.
I think he was the one involved in the street racing thing that got to like a player and a staffer killed.
That's exactly what it was. Yeah,
it's like
I get him mixed up with the basketball guy from Alabama that was involved in the shooting, which he wasn't. It was his gun. But yeah, if Jalen Carter manages to start, and he probably will, that defense just gets even better. Like, he's going to be good.
I mean, if he starts, they have versatility on that defensive line, because I'm sure you could put Davis in at D tackle. You could probably put him on the D line, in for a couple plays. You could probably put him a number of places.
Yeah, they'll rotate. Real quick, I'm just going to list off his size again, just because. 6'6", 336 pounds. Jesus Christ. He's so big. He's so big. And especially when you've got guys like Fletcher Cox that are veterans on that line, they're probably not going to play a full 17 games. They're probably not going to play a very high snap count. So having rookies having young blood that you can throw in there, especially guys like Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter, they are quite literally dogs because they played at Georgia.
Yeah. Philadelphia Bulldogs.
Moving on, and this guy I only really put up here, 1, because he was included on the list I looked at, and 2, because I'm a Dolphins fan now, so got to go with my guy. Cam Smith, especially now that Jalen Ramsey's out for a bit, he's probably going to get relied on a bunch.
Yeah, that would literally be the only thing I could say about him is he's going to get more snaps because Ramsey's hurt.
Because of Ramsey, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see where he's actually listed now. He is, let's see, left cornerback. Oh, there it is. Cam Smith, Xavier Howard. There we go. Yeah, he's currently listed as their CB2. 6'1", 180 pounds. That's not great.
What's his 40?
That's what I'm looking at. Because as far as height, his height isn't bad.
I mean, he sounds like he's got pretty good height for a cornerback.
Yeah, 6'1". That's not bad. 40-yard dash. He ran a 4.43, which is, if you compare that to Ramsey ran a 4.41 when he was coming out of college.
That actually wound up being quite interesting.
He's pretty fucking athletic, and especially once Ramsey gets back, he'll be able to play alongside the veteran and Ramsey and learn.
Oof.
So yeah, he's going to get to play a lot the first half of the year. He's going to get to learn and probably turn into a pretty good cornerback for what is a pretty good secondary there in Miami.
Yeah, that was one of
they're going to fucking need.
Yeah, I was going to say that's one of their issues that they had last year is their secondary was not good.
Yep.
And they addressed it by getting Jalen Ramsey, by picking a young cornerback in the draft. So I think that helps the Dolphins overall as a team. That's all I really had to add to this conversation because I really have no idea who Cam Smith is.
What really would have helped their secondary is if they had not traded Minkah Fitzpatrick to Pittsburgh.
Bro, that was such a stupid move.
I mean, it worked great for Pittsburgh.
God, he's such a beast.
Imagine if he had gone to Pittsburgh when Polamalu was raging. That would have been stupid scary.
being that I'm the only one that watches college football, we are going to blow through these. Dalton Kincaid, tight end for the Bills. He's going to get a lot of looks because his quarterback throws the ball a bunch of times.
So the only thing I really have to add to this is the fact that I think it helps the Bills in the weak spot that they've had, which is their tight ends have not been great. As much as I like Dawson Knox, I think that's his name. Dawson Knox. As much as I liked him, like he just never lived up to, I think, his potential, and which may or may not be his fault. But I think with this young guy, especially with Josh Allen, it gives him someone else to throw to other than Stephon Diggs. Yeah.
Looking at his build, he's 6'4", 240, and he ran a 4.71. So he's not super fast. He's not super big. He better be able to block, though.
Mm-hmm.
He better be able to block. All right, next up, I hate the Steelers, but this was probably one of the best picks of the draft. It was the feel-good story, Joey Porter Jr. to Pittsburgh. Alongside Minka Fitzpatrick. Holy shit, that defense is good. Defense is really good. And he gets to play where his dad played. Yeah, I don't like the Steelers, but that was a really cool story that, like, yeah, Joey Porter gets to play in Pittsburgh, same place his dad did. And he's, from what I've seen, as good as his dad was coming into the league. He's 6'2". I don't see his weight listed. Let's see. What was his 40 time? 4.46. Not bad. Yeah, he's there because he's a big name. Like, people know the name. People know the name Joey Porter.
Yeah.
All right. Next, interesting, Anthony Richardson. We have already kind of touched on him. He should sit the entire year.
Yeah,
should.
Let Minshew play.
Should be keyword.
Yeah, should, but won't. I think you could make the same case for Bryce Young, but
well, I mean, the Panthers signed Andy Dalton. They should sit, but you know
that honestly would be a great person to learn under is Andy Dalton.
Yeah.
And I know he gets a lot of crap for not being very good, but he's
got a good mind.
Time.
He's got a good football,
and he's got a great mind for football. Like, honestly, I could see after Andy Dalton's done with his career becoming like a coach. I don't know where, but he could be a person that I could see becoming a coach.
He could be a Kellen Moore type.
I like how Josh McCown's the Panthers quarterback coach.
Is he really?
Yeah, Josh.
Oh yeah, the freaking Panthers coaching staff is stacked.
Bryce Young is he's in a pretty fucking good situation then. Just don't let him start.
Richardson's got an offensive-minded coach. He was the Philly offensive coordinator, if I'm not mistaken.
That sounds right.
I don't think they don't have the stacked staff that Carolina does, but I feel like an offensive mind for a quarterback like Richardson will help.
Yeah. All right, a couple more here. Jordan Addison. I think he's the wide receiver 3 now for the Vikings.
Doing 140 miles an hour down the highway because his dog was having a medical emergency.
Oh, was that him?
Yeah.
Oh, you shouldn't have been on the list, Mr. Addison. You're not going to play this year.
He might. I mean, I don't know if the dog story was real. It was like a lie or not, but I mean. That doesn't bode well for his decision making.
Well, here's the deal. If it's true, I get it completely.
Oh, absolutely. Legally, not great, but certainly not the second coming of Henry Rhodes.
So he is listed as their wide receiver 2.
Yep.
Right under Justin Jefferson. So if he does play, I think he's a young guy. He's gonna help balance the just feed the ball to Jefferson thing because that obviously isn't working. As good as Justin Jefferson is, he needs someone opposite him, and Adam Thielen last year just wasn't doing it because, well, as much as I love Adam Thielen, he's lost a step.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the corpse of Adam Thielen.
One thing because Justin Jefferson,
he is a full participant in camps, by the way. Yeah. Just as a heads up.
I think Jefferson and Addison complement each other really well because Jefferson is like a physical down the field type guy. Jordan Addison is 5'11", 175 pounds.
Ooh.
And he runs a 4.43 40. He's fast.
Okay, yeah. I would hope so, because he gets hit, he might disintegrate.
He's going to be getting hit with a lot of single coverage, maybe lining up in the slot some, lining up against linebackers. I think conservatively you could see him with 5 or 6 40-plus yard catches this year.
Yeah.
Just off of that. Next up, another tight end. It's a boring position, but it's one of my favorites. It's what I would have played. Luke Musgrave, who I only added because he's playing with Jordan. He's playing with a new starter, young quarterback.
He's gonna be needed because
he's gonna be the safety net.
Yeah, I don't think he's good. I don't think the quarterback's good.
Me either.
I mean, he's also thrown into a really shit situation. You know, how are you gonna take over for Aaron Rodgers? That's a hell of a lot of pressure to put on a boy.
I'm kind of the opposite. You got to sit behind Aaron Rodgers for how many years?
3.
And learn behind an amazing quarterback. If you're not ready, this goes to my point of letting the young guys sit for a bit to learn. If he's not ready to go, he's trash.
They should not have drafted him.
No, they shouldn't have. Not if they weren't anticipating playing him.
But see, here's the thing. Here's the thing. If it pans out, and somehow, I don't know how it will happen, if the Packers get 3 back-to-back Hall of Fame quarterbacks, that is just, there's something in the water. They're cheating a little bit. I don't know. It's okay because they only get 1 Super Bowl. That's the rule of Packers quarterbacks. You only get 1.
You get to play there 15 years and get 1 championship.
You get 1 championship. That's it.
Even the Packers fans aren't smoking that good shit. I think they know he is not the answer. I think what'll probably wind up happening, they take a couple steps back. They get another. I don't know that I'd say they're in the running for Caleb Williams with him at quarterback, but
maybe.
Possibly.
Although Caleb Williams isn't the best quarterback in next year's draft.
I mean, I say let him give a chance because I memean, I know we're not talking about Luke right now. We're talking about Jordan Love. I guess he technically can be on this list. I know he's not a rookie, but he is a young guy playing. Here's the thing. He's got some decent weapons because both Romeo Doubs and Christian Gonzalez prove that they are pretty damn good wide receivers.
You mean Christian Watson?
That's what I meant. I'm sorry.
I
apologize.
The Packers have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rookie wide receivers on their roster. Aaron Rodgers has got to be fuming.
Like,
you don't draft a single fucking receiver the entirety of the time I'm there, and now you've got all of these fucking young weapons.
You want new weapons?
And I mean, the other thing that Luke, I think he does is, I don't know if Robert Tunyon's still there.
Robert Tunyon.
Didn't he go to Chicago?
Did he? See. You're talking about for Green Bay, right? They're
Robert Tunyon like onion.
No, their offensive line is currently David Bakhtiari, who is
Tunyon's a tight end.
Yeah. Tunyon's a tight end.
No, the tight ends, they have 2 rookie tight ends. They've got Luke Musgrave and Tucker Kraft. And then they've got Josiah DeGuarda. So, no. He does, however, have a good running back room.
Yeah.
Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon.
He is with Chicago now.
Yep.
Yeah. He's got a good offensive line.
Damn good get for Fields.
Let's see. David Bakhtiari is a beast of a tackle. Elgton Jenkins isn't bad at guard. Josh Myers, John Runyon, and Zach Tom. It's not a bad offensive line.
No.
Not a great one.
No.
I mean,
the left side of it's pretty good.
It kept
but yeah, back to Mr. Musgrave. I mean, as a young quarterback, he's probably going to be relying on his tight end a lot, so he could get a lot of play. He could get a lot of downs. Is he going to become like the next Travis Kelce or Mark Andrews? Probably not.
Press X to doubt.
Press X to doubt.
Since we've gone over it with all the other guys, he's 6'5", 253, and ran a 4.61 40-yard dash time.
To be fair, tight ends aren't supposed to be fast. They're supposed to be big.
Mm-hmm. And if you're under 6'5", you need to be able to run fast. And just comparing him to the other rookie on here in Kincaid, he's taller than Kincaid and he's faster. Last one up, C.J. Stroud. I feel
He's
so bad.
screwed.
I feel so bad for that kid.
He is screwed.
Yeah, he's fucked. He's
I
absolutely
mean,
fucked.
you've got the
He's
history of Ohio State quarterbacks not named Justin Fields.
Well, up until last year,
I was gonna say Justin Fields almost had that curse until the Bears were like, "What if we ran with a running quarterback? What if we did that?
What if we didn't make a mobile quarterback throw 50 attempts a game?
Yeah,
What?
That's kind of dumb as shit. But yeah, Stroud is going to suffer from having a defensive-minded coach.
His team, this offense is so bad.
It's not. I can't even win with them in Madden.
Offensive starters: C.J. Stroud, Damian Pierce, Nico Collins, Robert Woods, John Mechie, Dalton Schultz, Andrew Beck, Laramie Tunsil, Kenyon Green, Juice Scruggs, Shaq Mason, and Titus Howard.
So
there are some decent names in there. There's some decent names in there. I mean, Damian Pierce, let's be honest, is probably the best person on that team that you just named.
I disagree. I think it's Dalton Schultz.
Dalton Schultz good, but Damian Pierce was a workhorse last year. He carried the Houston Texans offense last year. Yeah. Damian Pierce took the freaking Houston Texans offense, put him in a backpack, and was like, "Let's go." Honestly, Dalton Schultz is not a bad tight end.
No, he's pretty good, and that defense is really good. That defense is fucking solid.
Yeah, especially with I can't remember his name. The new head coach.
Rookie? Oh, the new head coach? I don't know.
He was just on the 49ers last year.
Ryans, I think?
No. DeMeco Ryans.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's gonna have that defense operating at
absolutely. The offense has just got to catch up.
They have got some dogs on defense, like Jimmy Ward at strong safety, Derek Stingley, Malik Collins. What is it with getting Cowboy cast-offs? What the fuck, Houston? Will Anderson, who...
Well, I mean, it's not that far of a move, to be fair.
That's true. They managed to get Will Anderson and C.J. Stroud in the same draft.
Yeah,
that was the win.
That was their best thing, was getting C.J. Stroud and then trading back up to get Will Anderson.
They've got a bright future, but it's a future. It's not today.
It's a future. The Texans are not going to be good this year. Who do the C.J. Stroud even have as like his backup? Technically, is it
Davis Mills?
It's still Neck Boy.
Yeah, and then behind him is Case Keenum.
Case Keenum's actually not a bad shout. He's been around.
I would start Case Keenum out of those three.
I mean, I think
Texans have Devin Singletary.
I know we've said this about every other rookie quarterback so far, but I think honestly the best thing for CJ Stroud would be have him sit, learn from Case Keenum. Never mind whatever the fuck Neck Boy's doing, because obviously that hasn't working.
Neck Boy. He's gonna be getting hit a lot.
Yeah. Let him learn from Case Keenum, who's been around. Case Keenum was just with Josh Allen last year.
Yeah, dude's been around. He knows football.
He knows football. I think if you let him sit, he could learn and he could be really good. Are they going to let him? No, they're just going to throw him to the wolves. Yeah. All right, because the Texans are dumb, and that's on them.
Yeah, we've wasted enough time on rookies that nobody cares about. Moving on, what do I have next up? I have got another slide. The crystal ball.
Shit.
I know me and Bryan did it, and if you didn't, David, it's fine. The link I sent you, the season predictor.
I didn't actually end up doing it.
That's fine. It's completely fine. You are a busy man. Just gonna highlight real quick, I guess, because we don't want to go over everything. But divisional winners, and then obviously our playoff prediction. AFC, we'll start with going with the North. David, you didn't do it, but who do you think is winning that division?
David needs to learn who is that division.
Bengals, Steelers, Ravens, Browns.
Bengals, 100%.
Yeah.
Bryan, what about you?
I think it's the Bengals with the Ravens right on their heels.
Me too. What was your projected record for him, Bryan?
Bengals. Now, admittedly, it's hard to tell, but I have the Bengals winning. They're going 14-3. Okay,
I've got the Bengals going 15-2 with the Ravens going 14-3.
Yeah, I have the Ravens going 13-4.
Yeah. So it's one. Yours is more realistic. It's one win less for both of them. And then I've got Pittsburgh and Cleveland both going 8-9.
I actually have Pittsburgh going 8-9.
I have the Browns. I have the Browns going 0-17 because fuck them.
Yeah, because fuck them.
Amen.
Yeah, obviously. But yeah. All right, next up. Actually, I want to save this one for last. For the AFC. We'll move on to the West, which is Kansas City, Denver, the Chargers, and the Raiders. What you thinking, David?
I mean, as much as I don't want it to happen, the Chiefs are going to win that division.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I actually think the Chargers give them a run for their money. I know that's a hot take.
I disagree with it, but I'll go over that in a second.
But I don't have like a record prediction.
Yeah, that's fair. What about you, Bryan?
Chiefs win the division.
I have the Chiefs going. I know this seems like next verse same as the first, 14-3.
Me too.
With the Chargers coming in just a step behind.
Okay.
And then the Raiders going 5-12 and the Broncos going 4-13.
Okay. So this is one of my bold predictions for the season. I have got the Broncos going 11-6.
I do think Sean Payton helps that team be a little
I
better
think
than they were.
Sean Payton has been so hands-on with every decision that's been made. I don't have them making the playoffs. I've got them being the 8 seed, so just out of the but I think they'll be in the playoff hunt come week 16, 17.
You could be very much right. It's like I said, there's so many variables.
Oh, yeah. But I think Sean Payton gets old Russ back. Broncos country, let's
Can anybody get old Russ back?
If anyone can, it's Sean Payton.
Yeah, if anyone can, it's him. Broncos country, let's ride.
I think he's done personally.
I've got the Raiders going 2-15.
We told you, Russ, we're not doing that anymore.
We're not doing that anymore. Yeah, I've got the Raiders going 2-15 and the Chargers going 6-11. It's a tough division. Like it just is.
It
always is, and those divisional games are going to be just insane.
Next up, probably the worst division in football, the AFC South.
The AFC South?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jaguars, Titans, Colts.
The AFC
Texans.
South?
Yeah. They.
I mean, the NFC South has
if he said the NFC South, I would be like, yeah, that's the worst division in football.
I think the AFC South is slightly worse.
Okay, fair enough.
I'll do mine first. I've got the Jaguars, the other cat. I've got the Jaguars winning the division at 9-8 with a 5-1 divisional record. So yeah, like the division sucks. Somebody's got to win it, I guess. I've got tennis. You got the Jaguars too?
I got Jaguars. Kitty goes meow.
Kitty goes meow. What about you, Bryan?
I've got the Titans winning the division with 9-8.
Yep, that's fair.
With a divisional record of 3-3. Then I've got the Jaguars right behind them at 8-9 with a better divisional record though, 4-2. And then like Indy 6-11, Houston 4-13.
You were a lot nicer than those two teams.
You have the Jaguars regressing from last year then.
Yeah. I've got them going 9-8 with a 5-1 division record. I've got the Titans going 6-11 with a 3-3.
I don't think you guys are giving the Jag enough credit. I'm gonna be honest.
I can't see the Titans losing a whole bunch of games because
Ryan Tannehill.
I can.
Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry's about to fall off a fucking cliff.
As much as I love Derrick Henry,
that's probably true.
The Titans lost 9 straight games last year. 9.
Now, I will say, I did this prediction before they signed D-Hop.
That's fair.
I did
could
my
get him an extra win or two.
They signed D-Hop.
Or at the very least, I didn't consider it. I don't think it matters that much.
Let me explain to you something.
They're going to waste him.
Why I think the Jags are going to be better this year. Calvin Ridley.
Oh yeah.
He's
really gonna bet on himself this year, isn't he?
Here's the thing though. After a year out of football,
will he
be the same?
Yes, he's gonna come back with a grudge.
Oh yeah, he's
gonna come back fucking angry.
He's that damn good.
I had to serve more game suspension than fucking Watson. Hell no. Yeah. He's going to be angry when he comes back this year.
As every NFL fan should be.
Yeah, and he's got Trevor Lawrence, who I don't know. I've been a massive Trevor Lawrence fan since he was a freshman at Clemson.
He's good.
And then you had to suffer through.
Doug Peterson brought him back to what he could be after fucking Urban Meyer tried to kill him.
He should have never been an NFL coach.
I was so pissed about that. Because he got drafted. I'm like, yes, I get to pull for Trevor Lawrence in the NFL. Wait a minute. His head coach is going to be who now?
Oh, no.
God damn it. I can't pull for Sunshine anymore. But now I get
he
to pull
only
for
lasted a year. You're good.
I think 9-8 is probably low end for them. They could hit 10 or 11, maybe. And then finally, for the AFC, David, it's our division.
Yeah, it is.
Bryan, we'll go with you first. Who do you have winning the AFC East?
I have the Patriots winning it by a nose with the same record as the Buffalo Bills, 10-7, same divisional record.
Okay, which means they have some tiebreaker bullshit.
Yeah, some tiebreaker bullshit. I like the Bills. I want to think they're great, but
Bills Mafia, baby.
And then I've got the Dolphins at 6-11. Because
you're breaking my heart, Bryan.
I mean, it's like I like Tua. I feel for the poor boy, but I've got to see if he can stay off the turf,
which is completely fair.
It's the scramble effect. I know it's insensitive, but it's the scramble effect.
It's just true. David, are you going Patriots to win the division?
I'm not.
Okay.
As much as I would love that to be the case, and I don't get me wrong. If the Patriots win the division, I will be fucking celebrating. The Patriots are not the best team in that division.
No,
do I think they take a step back up from what happened last year with fucking whatever the hell happened with whatever they were doing with freaking Pat Patricia, who needs to be fired into the sun?
I mean, whoever's idea that special teams play was should have been just shot on the field.
I don't understand. But now they've got an actual offensive coordinator with Bill O'Brien, so that's something. I still think the Bills are the best team in the division.
Yeah.
I see the Bills winning the division. I see that the Jets and the Dolphins both give them a run for their money.
Yeah.
If Aaron Rodgers can live up to the hype.
So
I actually see the Patriots maybe finishing last.
Jesus.
Which hurts my heart. It hurts my heart. Either that or we're gonna have some ties. We're gonna have maybe the Patriots and the Dolphins have the same record. So I do agree with what Bryan was saying, which we have to see if Tua can stay healthy. That is the most important. And let me be clear. I understand the Dolphins are a division rival. I wish nothing but the best for Tua. You never want to see a player get hurt like that.
Unless it's Deshaun Watson.
That's a completely different story.
That's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah. So this is my prediction for my new division with my new team. I do think this is the best overall division in the NFL.
I agree.
I do have the Patriots finishing last.
That's fair.
At 10-7.
Okay.
Then I've got the Jets at third at 11-6. Okay. The Dolphins in second, also at 11-6, just with a better divisional record. And then I've got the Bills going 14-3 and winning the division.
Jesus.
I think I cannot wait to watch this division play football this year until Tua, and hopefully, this is going off the assumption Tua is going to be healthy. If he's not, it's going to be a long season for me. But I was a Tony Romo fan, so I already know what this heartbreak feels like.
I mean, if he's not, I think the 6-11 is a accurate guess.
Well, who's their backup? I don't know our roster yet. I haven't learned.
It was Teddy Bridgewater. I don't think he's there anymore.
Yeah, no,
it's currently Mike Caucasian.
Mike White.
Oh, it's Mike White. The beast that is Mike White.
Yeah, the beast that is Mike White.
The unsung hero.
So here's what happens if Tua gets hurt. Mike White comes in for one good game, and then he sucks.
It'll be a divisional game. It'll be against the Jets or the Bills or something.
Yep. Oh, dude, have him go against the Jets. That'd be great.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Revenge game.
I will say
that's the one he plays really well, and then
I will say they've got Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle.
Yeah,
do the Waddle. Yeah. I could make the two of those receivers look good. Like, even if you can't throw up more than 5 yards, run jet sweeps with Tyreek Hill all fucking day.
Yeah, he'll break everyone's kneecaps. Yeah, they've got a good wide receiving core. So yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that's my prediction for that division. So for my playoffs for them, Bengals at 1, Bills at 2, Chiefs at 3, Jaguars at 4 because they won their division, Baltimore at 5, then Miami at 6, and the Jets at 7.
Okay.
Now moving on to the weaker conference. Man, the NFC is not good. I guess we'll go in order from the way it is on my screen. The NFC least.
NFC least.
On the count of 3, it's the Eagles, guys, right?
Yeah. Eagles.
It's the Eagles.
It's the Eagles.
It's the Eagles. I do have it being a close race with Dallas.
That's potential. I can see that.
I've got Philly going 14-3, Dallas going 13-4. Which I think is probably reaching for the Cowboys. But
yeah.
I'm guessing.
I mean, the Commanders or whatever the hell they're going to call themselves already won the Super Bowl because Dan Snyder had so
that's going to be the only thing.
The Commanders do not care what happens this season.
And the Giants suck. I've got the Giants going 2-15 and Washington going 3-14.
I think the Giants are going to have a better record than that.
They might.
Bryan Daboll proved last year that he's the goddamn head coach for that team. He pulled a winning record out of them. I think they're better than that.
He made Danny Dimes look like an NFL quarterback.
Yeah. I think they finished third, but I don't think they finished with that bad a record. And then the Commanders finished last.
Which as a Carolina guy, watching Sam Howell struggle is going to suck. But
I think Ron Rivera has got to go. That's my opinion with the Commanders.
He's a good dude. I just don't think he's.
I agree. He's a good dude. I just think he's had his chances. It's time for someone else.
Let him go be a defensive coordinator somewhere.
Yeah.
He'd be great at that.
Brian,
Philly is going to get. I have them going 14-3. I've got the Giants at 10-7.
I can see that.
I've got the Cowboys also at 10-7. Also got some more tiebreaker shenanigans.
Yeah, that's fair.
Both of them with 4-2 divisional records, and then the Shirts No Skins.
Yeah, the red Shirts No Skins.
Yeah, I've got them. Depending on how Howell plays,
badly.
Oh, I assume that. That's why I've got them going 2-15 and Rivera getting fired.
Yeah, it's going to be bad. It's going to be a bad time to like Washington. All right, next up, the NFC North. I want to go first. This is my big surprise for the year. I've got the Bears going 13-3.
Interesting.
I think Justin Fields took a step last year. I think he takes 3 more steps this year. He's got a real top option to throw to. He's got another year of development. And I think they're gonna.
He's got 2 really good weapons. Absolutely. Obviously they got the addition of DJ Moore, but Darnell Mooney's also really good.
Yeah. Also, I just realized I missed a game on my prediction. Them versus the Lions. I'm gonna go ahead and pick them to win that game, to go 14-3, undefeated in their division.
Interesting.
It's probably a reach, but my mom is a Bears fan, so.
Okay.
Then I've got Minnesota going 11-6, Detroit taking a step back, going 8-9, and it's going to warm my soul to see it happen if it does. The Green Bay Packers going 3-14. Fuck the Packers.
Nice.
What about you, David? What you thinking?
All right. So for the North, I actually have the Lions winning the division.
Okay. I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility.
So with how much Dan Campbell has brought out of this team.
Yeah.
And the fact that they seem like the most motivated team in football right now. With the Packers taking a gigantic step back.
Coming up,
nothing against Jordan Love, but he's not Aaron Rodgers.
No, he's not.
And so I could see them taking advantage of a weaker Green Bay. I think I think the Bears give them a run for their money. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if it comes down to they both have the same record, and maybe the Lions just have like slightly better divisional record.
Yeah.
Like even maybe they both have the same record overall in the division, but the Lions have the like one win over the Bears or something like that.
Yeah. They play each other late in the year.
Maybe it even comes down to point differential. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think the Bears make the playoffs. I just don't think they win their division.
I will say real quick, just on the point of the Detroit versus Chicago thing. Chicago's got a massive advantage against the head-to-head for them this year because they first play week 11. Chicago will be coming off of a mini bye because they'll have played the Thursday before.
Okay.
Then when they play in week 14, Chicago's going to be coming off their actual bye week.
Uh-oh.
So, like, that bodes really well for the Bears in those two games.
Bye week helps, but it doesn't necessarily mean much.
No, it just means they'll be able to go into both of those games relatively well, more well-rested than any other game on the schedule.
Yeah.
Which, again, might not make that big a deal, but it is something to look at.
Yeah, the NFC North is weird. I have them being weird. One of those, I've got the Vikings, Bears, and Lions going 11-6.
I think that's 100% realistic. I could see that happening.
I mean, with who winds up in the first spot of that division really depends on which Kirk Cousins we get.
It depends on how many primetime games they put him in.
Yeah, I mean, I really think it will be Bears in the lead.
Yeah.
With the Vikings in second place, do some tiebreaker shit. And then the Lions in third with a 3-3 in the division. And then the Green Bay Packers at 4-13.
Yeah.
Crazy thing is all three of the other teams in the NFC North make the playoffs.
Yeah, I could see that. I've got two of them making it. I'm not as high on Detroit this year. I will say, just looking over Minnesota's schedule right now, they've got 2 Monday night games and 1 Thursday game. So that's at least 3 primetime games unless they're flexed out.
Ooh.
Which doesn't bode well for my fantasy team. Because I've got Kirk Cousins.
Unget him.
I don't have a choice. The division, it's a sleeper league, and it's really deep. I don't have a choice. Moving on next to the NFC West.
Ooh.
Bryan, who you got winning the NFC West?
The 49ers.
Shocking.
I know, right?
With what record?
13-4.
Okay.
It depends on if the quarterback play is steady enough.
Yeah, which we'll see. Because right now, Brock Purdy's not 100% cleared. They said he should be fine by week 1.
Yeah. I mean, he'll be a better option than Trey Lance, even though I think if somebody gets hurt
Trey Lance
trade deadline.
Trey Lance is not their backup right now. He's our third string.
Oh, yeah. Not McCown. Effectively McCown.
Lego police officer Sam Darnold is currently their backup.
Ugh.
I see ghosts!
I know, right? I was so ticked off when I saw him go into Carolina. But anyway,
you remember hold on. Speaking of that, you remember that time where I said that he was going to have a career resurgence when he went to Carolina?
Yeah.
What the fuck was I thinking?
You must have gotten some of that good shit.
Oh, I had some of that good. Exactly.
Yeah, I've got Seattle coming in second in the division, 8-9.
Okay.
Because I really don't have faith that Geno can
get there. Yeah.
Cardinals. I think I've got a feeling that Kyler Murray will still be distracted on Call of Duty.
Are you bigger than a 5th grader?
Also with his without the
he's gonna be out half the year.
Yeah.
He tore his ACL last
year. I completely forgot about that. He's going to miss a lot of the season.
I completely did.
He's going to miss a lot of the season, bro.
Okay.
Oh, he's also not going to have the D-Hop safety blanket.
He can't just chuck a 50-yard bomb to D-Hop and he pull it down.
And then the Rams 4-13 because I really think Stafford's pretty much done.
Yeah.
And that team just looks like ass.
What are you thinking, David?
I know I got to go the Seahawks.
To win the division?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't hate that.
I mean, Gino showed a lot of progress with it. Pete Carroll's just a really good head coach.
Yeah.
Um,
He showed to be the opposite of Bill Belichick, because everybody always said, "Oh, Brady's a system guy. He can't thrive without Bill," and then he did. And I know there were people who said, like, "Oh, Pete is just lucky he's got Russ. Russ lets him suck balls, and Seattle was still good."
Well, here's the question though: how much of that was Russell Wilson sucking, and how much of it was Nate Hackett being just a god awful head coach?
We're gonna find out this year.
we're gonna find out this year.
Yeah,
Very
we're gonna find
true.
out. I've got the Niners going 11-6 and winning the division.
That's fair.
I forgot about the Kyler Murray injury, but I still predicted the Cardinals going 3-14.
Oof.
I've got the Seahawks going 7-10. I think they're good, but I think they've got some tough divisional games. I think they've got a relatively hard schedule. And because I just can't quit Matt Stafford, I've got them going 10-7, making the playoffs. I just can't quit you. I'm pretty sure I shed tears of joy when Stafford got a Super Bowl.
Oh, absolutely!
It made me so fucking happy.
It's like he finally escaped Detroit and won him a Super Bowl
in the first year that he was gone.
They sold their souls to get that Super Bowl, and they're paying for it now.
Yeah,
but they got it.
What was really cool is seeing Detroit fans reacting to that. They were like overwhelmingly happy for him.
They're like, we won the Super Bowl.
We won the Super Bowl. No, guys, it was we won the Super Bowl. That's not God, it was. I think he's not as bad as he was last year.
No.
And yeah, I think they go 10-7 and squeak into the playoffs. Finally, Bryan, we'll let you go first. It's your division. It's the NFC South.
I've got the Saints winning the division. I'm not even going to list records because I have no confidence in them, because so much can go crazy in this division.
It's always a clusterfuck, and I love it.
Absolutely. You can win this. You could probably win this division with 8 wins this year.
It's going to be pushing it, but yeah, I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility.
I mean, you got the Saints at 1, Panthers at 2. Not particularly close. And you've got the Falcons at 3.
Okay.
And then Tampa at 4. Because I mean, the Falcons are kind of junk, but I believe that they've got enough talent to kind of eke in a couple wins. I mean, more than 2, but I would see 6 as their ceiling.
As their ceiling, yeah, that's fair.
And
what
then,
about you? Oh, yeah. No, go ahead.
Tampa. It depends on what Baker we get.
Yeah, that's true. What about you, David? Who you got winning the division?
I gotta go the Saints. I mean,
okay,
they're arguably the best team in that division. I think Derek Carr is the best quarterback in that division.
It's a low bar.
I
think you're right, but it's a low bar.
It's a very low bar. And I just don't think overall, like you said, the division's not good.
No, it's gonna be fun to watch.
It's gonna be fun to watch. I mean,
absolutely.
I probably got the Bucks finishing second just because I think Baker's gonna have a decent year.
Yeah. With all them weapons.
Yeah, but I definitely think the Saints take the division. They've got the best.
I'm the odd man out. I'll start from the bottom. I've got the Falcons going 3-14. They're gonna be not good.
Oof.
I've got the Saints going 6 and I've got the Saints going 6-11.
What? I thought you liked Derek Vehicle.
I love Derek Vehicle, which is why I have no faith that he's going to do well.
Oh yeah, because you like crap players.
Yeah. I've also got them I've got them going 1-5 in the division, just really struggling against those opponents. Then I've got Tampa going 9-8, and the Panthers going 10-7 and winning the division.
Interesting.
I think Bryce Young has a good rookie year. I don't know why I think that, but yeah, maybe I'm on something. But yeah, I think we're going to get a lot of really, really fun divisional football from the AFC South.
Oh yeah, it's usually a fun division to watch. But for once in like forever, there's some hope. It's like I don't cringe when I look at the schedule.
Yeah.
But I just can't. I can't see them. Maybe if they may make the playoffs, but I can't see them contending for a Super Bowl.
No, that's fair. And then real quick, Super Bowl predictions. Who do we think is winning the Super Bowl, guys?
Like the Super Bowl, or I thought we were gonna pick like who wins the each conference, and then we were gonna pick Super Bowl winners.
Oh, yeah, we can do that. We'll do conference championship first. David, who you got in the AFC?
I mean, it's probably gonna come down to either the Chiefs or the Bengals.
Yep.
And I'm gonna take Joey Burrow.
Okay.
I know him and Mahomes have got they're like the Brady and Manning of our era, of this era, which is kind of cool.
We are going to be blessed to watch a lot of good football from those guys in the playoffs.
And I think so. Joey won the first one. Patrick won the second one. I think Joey comes back now with a little chip on his shoulder and be like, "All right, it's mine now.
My turn, motherfucker. I don't hate it." What about the NFC?
Eagles.
The Eagles. Okay, so you've got Bengals, Eagles, Super Bowl. Who you got winning?
Bengals.
Okay.
Brian, I just want Joe Burrow to win a ring. God damn it!
I know, right?
What about you, Brian? What you got?
I've got Chiefs over Bengals in the Super Bowl.
You mean in the AFC Championship game?
Super Bowl, effectively.
Okay.
And in the AFC, I've got
NFC. You mean?
Fuck. Sorry, I'm tired too.
We're good. I happen to also be looking at it.
Yeah, I've got Philly beating effectively whoever wins the NFC North.
Okay.
And then Eagles over Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
I know I'm not a Dallas fan anymore, but
That grunt.
it hurts. I still fucking hate Philly. Yeah, my AFC Championship game, I've got Bengals over Chiefs. I think Snow Burrow is ready to play in a Super Bowl, and he's not going to let Patrick get him this time. And then in the NFC, I've got Philadelphia going over the Bears. The Bears. And then, I've got Joe Burrow finally getting that championship over Philly.
I would not be mad at that.
I think that's a good season.
I think it'll depend on. You said it was a calf injury.
Yeah, it's a calf strain.
It's a calf injury.
Okay, so that should be fairly easy, relatively easy to bounce back from.
He'll definitely be good to go by week 1. From what I'm seeing, people think he'll be good to go by the preseason. You shouldn't play.
So I have him on sleeper. According to what I read, they might send him out the preseason just to be safe.
They absolutely should. He's their franchise quarterback,
and he hasn't signed a contract extension yet.
Well, to be fair, what he said is that he might take a hometown discount to stay with Bengals,
and that's why people like him.
Which is what I'm about.
Yeah,
I'm about that life.
I'm about that life. Use that money to go get.
Plus, he does. Plus, I mean, he's got Jamar Chase, which is his boy.
That's his boy. Plus, and this is just a me thing. I would love to see my father-in-law cry if the Bengals won a Super Bowl.
He hates the Bengals.
He's a Steelers fan.
Is that one of those where you'd want to watch the game with him, watch him cry?
Oh, hell no.
Oh, yeah.
No. I have watched games where I was pulling against Pittsburgh before, and he kicked me out of the room.
Damn.
When we used to live with them, they were playing the Raiders. And you guys know I like Derek Carr.
Yep.
I was pulling for Derek Carr, not loudly, not obnoxiously, but I reacted to a couple of big plays down the end, and he kicked me out of the room.
Wow.
And the Steelers lost, and I laughed.
Huh? I'm sorry. He's a scary dude. I wouldn't be antagonizing him.
Like I said, I don't. The last time Dallas played Pittsburgh, we went over there and watched the game with him, and me and him sat silently on the couch.
Silent.
We didn't say a word the entire game.
You watching sports silently? What the hell?
We didn't say shit to each other. The Cowboys won. He got up and walked away. And that was the end of it. We didn't really say anything about it. All right, but that's our predictions. Me and David both have the Bengals, and Brian's got the Eagles. Funnily enough, we all three have the same teams playing in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Next, I've got Trophy Case, our award predictions. These I don't think will take too long to go over. Bryan, who's your offensive rookie of the year?
It's either going to be Richardson or Stroud.
Okay.
Not Stroud, Young.
Okay. What about you, David?
I mean, if they play one of the quarterbacks, because this freaking award is like,
yep,
it never goes to another freaking position other than quarterback. If they don't play, Bijan Robinson.
I've got Bijan Robinson.
Fair. That's a very good opinion.
I think they're going to run him into the fucking ground. I think he's going to have probably 1,500.
I don't think they run. Here's the thing. I don't think they run him into the ground simply for the fact they also have Tyler Algier, who is also really
That's
good.
True.
Don't they still have what's left of Cordarrelle Patterson?
They do have him too. So I don't think they run Bijan into the ground. I think he gets a good amount of touches.
Yeah.
And he gets some numbers. He's going to get over 1,000 yards.
I think he's going over 12. I said 15. I think that's pushing it. I think he goes over 1,200, and I think he probably gets 10 touchdowns.
I can see that.
But yeah, I don't think any of the quarterbacks do well enough to outdo what Robinson's going to do. All right, next we move on to defensive rookie of the year. What are you thinking, David?
I mean, I'm going to go a little homer here. I'm going to go Christian Gonzalez.
Also, because it's been brought up a couple times, how can they keep doing this? How are you guys able to snag him at 17?
I don't know.
That's where
what the fuck?
There are plenty of teams that could have taken him.
Yeah, that's the magic of Belichick. They can get those low picks and get good shit.
Yep.
You could trade back and still get good shit because that's where Belichick shines.
What are you thinking, Bryan, for defensive rookie of the year?
Defensive rookie of the year. I've honestly got no clue. I'm going to say Cam Smith.
Okay. I've got Will Anderson
That's
from
fair.
Houston. I think he's going to be all over the place, get a lot of tackles, probably get 7 or 8 sacks maybe. But yeah, I think it'll go to him.
Yeah. I mean, Texans might have a good defense this year.
Coach of the year, I'm going Sean Payton.
You know, it's funny. I was also going to say if he can bring Russell Wilson back, Sean Payton.
My prediction kind of hinges on Russ doing well, Broncos country, let's ride, and all that.
We're not doing that anymore.
Not doing it anymore. I've got Sean Payton. Are you going the same thing, or you got something else, David?
No, I mean, yeah, like you said, if he can bring Russell Wilson back to being Russell Wilson, Sean Payton 100% deserves it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's really all I have to say about that.
That's all I got to say about that.
What you thinking, Bryan?
Me, I'm thinking. Well, again, it's one of those kind of 2-bit things. One, if Peyton can get Russell Wilson back, absolutely. It might be the Philly coach.
Okay, they're going to do really well. I
Yeah.
think the expectations are them to do really well. What's his fucking name?
It's not Peterson.
Nick Sirianni.
Sirianni, okay.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that one. Probably the easiest one to predict, comeback player of the year. It's Damar Hamlin.
Damar Hamlin. All he has to do is step on the field. That's literally the only thing he has to do.
If he plays one regular season snap, he's comeback player of the year.
Player of the year.
As he should be.
He almost died.
Yeah.
He did.
He died on the field. His heart stopped for like 3 minutes.
Okay, that's fair. Well, yeah, I mean, he almost permanently died.
Yeah, he was almost
permadeath.
Bryan, same thing. I don't think you have any like conflicting. It's Damar Hamlin.
I mean, yeah. I would think if he plays it down in the regular season, absolutely. Otherwise, Calvin Ridley.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
I think just if for some reason Hamlin decides, because he's already practicing, like he's in full contact.
He's already practicing.
If for some reason Damar decides, hey, I don't want to push it, like if he does a complete 180 and says I don't want to play, I think it could probably get to Kyler if he plays more than 5 or 6 games. Just if he comes back and plays enough games, maybe.
Do you think he'll be able to pry himself away from Call of Duty long enough?
Sorry, guys, my leg still hurts.
I mean, if Damar decides not to play, I'm going to pick my second pick, which would be it has to do with Coach of the Year.
is if he can get him back,
Russ?
it's got to be Russell Wilson. It's got to be
Okay.
Russ.
Yeah.
That's a very good point.
All right, next up, I'm going to go last on this one because I think I've got a hot take. Offensive Player of the Year.
Ah, shit.
Bryan. Well, you said all shit. David. David, you go first. You got for Opal.
I mean, is this another category that usually goes? No, MVP goes quarterbacks. In that case, I'm gonna go wide receiver.
Justin Jefferson.
I'm gonna go Justin Jefferson.
Okay. What about you, Bryan?
I think he won it last year.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, I it's one of those I could see that, but I think Addison could potentially pull some of his numbers away.
That's fair.
Last year it was Jefferson.
Offensive Player of the Year. I mean,
I will say a quarterback hasn't won this award since Mahomes in 2018.
Because they usually win MVP.
Yeah, the last four was Jefferson, Kupp, Henry, and Michael Thomas.
I know this is going to sound a little, homebodying. I'm going to go with Miles Sanders.
Okay.
Because and here's the logic. He was great in Philly.
He was all right in Philly.
He was fine.
Well, I mean, he's no C-Mac, but even Carolina did all right without C-Mac.
Yeah.
Which they were a lot.
Yep.
But I think that he can kind of monopolize on the backfield because they don't really have a whole hell of a lot at running back. I mean, they've got Chubba Porn Hubbard. But
Chubba Porn Hubbard. I love Chubba Hubbard.
I mean, I think there's going to be numbers to be had in the running back core because I think
rookie QB.
Yeah, rookie QB. The pass game is going to struggle.
Yeah, I don't hate that pick.
I mean, it's kind of a Hail Mary.
I thought mine was a hot take. You have lessened that a bit. I'm going Aaron Jones.
Okay.
For some of the same reasons.
I don't hate that.
Same reasons. He's got it's a solid offense. Quarterback not counting. Aaron Jones is going to get a lot of touches.
Oh, absolutely.
So I think Aaron Jones gets Opoy. Like,
my only counterpoint to that is the fact that they do have the quad father. So he's also going to get some touches.
That's true.
That's my only counterpoint to that.
No, that's fair. All right, two more. Defensive Player of the Year, Bryan.
TJ Watt.
Okay,
that's a good take. That's a good take. I like that.
David.
To be fair, that's also my pick. But I could also see people getting lost in the sauce.
Sauce Gardner.
Yeah, he's good. Okay. He's really good.
This was outside of Comeback Player of the Year, the easiest one for me to pick. I'm going Micah Parsons.
That's fair.
He has bulked up in the offseason. He's going to be rushing the passer a lot more. I think we could see a new Cowboys sack record.
All right, Miami fan.
I am a Miami fan, but I still like Parsons.
Here's my question. Because TJ Watt got close, do you think he can possibly break Michael Strahan's record?
No.
Okay. I don't think it ever actually happens, but I do think he gets close a couple times.
The only reason I feel like TJ Watt didn't is because he missed a couple games.
That's exactly.
Yeah, he was within 2, wasn't he?
He was within 1.
Yeah.
Was.
What's the record? 22.5.
It's like. And what did he have last season?
Let's see.
It wasn't last season, but the season before that.
It's 22.5 is the official record.
Yeah, and I think the one that TJ got, he got 21. He was that damn close.
A game probably would have done it. 2 certainly would have.
Yeah.
Although the Cowboys single season record is 20, so maybe not. Yeah, DeMarcus Ware got 20 in a season.
Yeah,
I'll take that back. I don't think Mike is going to get 20. I do think he.
So TJ Watt tied the record.
Okay, so if he hadn't missed a game, he probably would have broken it.
Yeah.
And then finally, MVP. I'm going Jalen Hurts.
That's a fair pick.
David?
I mean, I'm going someone else than Patrick Mahomes because I'm tired of him.
I am too.
Going Burrow?
I'm going Joey Burrow.
That's fair. Bryan?
See, I know how the NFL is. If Aaron Rodgers doesn't completely crap the bed,
No.
You think they're going to want to give it to Rodgers?
Captain Admiral of Ayahuasca, maybe.
No.
I don't think.
I know.
If he doesn't crap the bed.
No. Okay, here's my counterpoints to that. Number one, he used to be their boy. He's not their boy anymore because of two reasons. Number one, the whole thing with COVID and falsifying that he had a vaccine.
Yeah.
And number two, they've got a new boy, Patrick Mahomes.
His name is Patrick Mahomes.
Oh yeah, I was going to say if Rodgers does not play well, then it's Mahomes, obviously.
I think, and this is just me kind of writing the script here for a minute, because we all know it's scripted. I think it comes down to Jalen and Burrow. I think Jalen Hurts wins it out narrowly, and I think then they play each other in the Super Bowl, and Joe Burrow's like, "You got regular season MVP, I got Super Bowl MVP, motherfucker."
Yeah,
I'm about that.
I think that would be a cool story. So yeah, that's our trophy case. Like I said, I think the easiest slam dunk is DeMar Hamlin comeback player of the year. It's going to be a great.
That's not even a competition.
Yeah. Next up, we've got. Oh yeah, we're towards the end. I've got 2 games for us to do. And David, you can blame yourself for this one.
Oh no,
we're doing the same thing me and you did via text the other night.
Okay.
We've got the 3 topics. We're only going to do 3. We're not going to do a full 5.
Okay.
And just kind of go round by round a fantasy draft of our favorite personal of these 3 things. What we'll do, and I'll organize it this way. We'll all go first for one of them. We'll go Bryan first for this one, then David, and then me. So Bryan, favorite jersey, and this is all time. So what's your first pick for NFL jersey?
Houston Oilers baby blues.
Oh, that's a good one.
The Titans are bringing that back this year.
They are?
Oh yeah, for their throwbacks.
Okay.
I mean, I know it's not everyone's favorite, but I really like, and I don't know why. It's just probably because red is my favorite color. The Patriots red jerseys, like the throwbacks with the.
Oh yeah, those are good ones. Those are good ones.
Those are that's just nice looking jerseys.
Okay. I like throwback logos. I like the Patriot. Yeah. I like the old Eagles logo.
I'm gonna go. Wing. Y'all both went throwback. I'm going modern. I'm going the Bengals alternate all white.
Oh yeah, those are really
jersey
cool.
Is fucking clean.
Okay.
It's nice.
I love that uni. All right, Bryan, pick 2. We're not going to do snake draft. It's just 3 of us. So Bryan, pick 2.
Still on jerseys.
Yeah. We're doing 3 of them for each.
Okay, it was the Steelers that had. Was it the Steelers or the Packers that had the jail stripes?
That was the Steelers. The Bumblebee jerseys.
I think the jail stripe jerseys are just funny.
Okay, that's a cool pick. That's okay pick. What you thinking, David?
Let's take a round pick. I'm gonna go, and it's more of a modern pick. I mean, actually, to be fair, they've always looked the same. They're very simple in design, but I really like the Raiders jerseys. Like just the black and silver, those colors work together really well.
Okay.
And like they look very sleek.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm gonna go another modern one. I'm gonna go the Dolphins teal jerseys. I love shades of blue and green. I love that jersey a lot. One day soon, I'm gonna own one. I'm gonna have a Jalen Waddle teal jersey. So yeah, I'm going the Dolphins teal. All right, Bryan, last pick.
Okay, I'm kind of torn.
Okay.
The 2 I'm thinking, I do like the Jets modern like green.
Okay.
I also, this may be a odd pick, but I'm not opposed to the Bucks throwback.
Creamsicles?
Yeah,
that one?
That's also partially because I like the old logo better than the current one.
Here's the deal. I actually agree with you about that. I like the creamsicle jerseys, and they're bringing those. They're bringing those back this year.
Nice.
They're going to be wearing them this year.
Oh my
God. Right. David, what's your final pick?
For my final pick, I just had one, and now my brain just stopped working because he mentioned the creamsicle jerseys, and that's all I can think about now. It's literally all I can think about now. It's just in my brain. I have one. It's only because he's my boy. I'm gonna go with the Ravens purple jerseys.
Oh, I love that pick.
Yeah,
I love that pick.
That's mostly because he's been my boy since he's entered the league. Mark Andrews.
Yeah.
He makes it look good. I don't know how, but he makes it look good.
I personally prefer their black jerseys.
Yeah, that's fair.
But their jerseys are nice.
Yeah.
All right, and my final pick for this one, I'm torn here between a couple, but because it's a jersey I grew up really liking. The Cowboys throwback with the white shoulders with the the dark blue. It's a classic. I went too modern for the other one. For the other two picks, I love that jersey. I loved watching Des Bryant wear that jersey. That's
X.
Throwing up the X. I miss Des Bryant. That's going to be my final one. Next up, we're going to go David first for this one, and I guess I'll slot up too here.
Ooh.
Player nicknames.
Round
so
one?
all time, just your favorite player nickname ever. Yeah, so round one.
I mean, I gotta go King Henry.
That's a good one.
Oh,
Henry. I'm going to go with the funniest nickname ever, the Muscle Hamster, Doug Martin.
Okay.
I loved Doug Martin. I love the Muscle Hamster nickname. It's awesome. I fucking love it. It's just a personal favorite. Bryan?
I don't know if it's my absolute favorite, but it's one of them. No pull out Poppy, Phillip Rivers.
That's a good one. The no pull out Poppy Phillip.
He's about to have his own offense.
Yeah.
He really is. It's ridiculous.
All right, David, your second round pick.
Yeah, mine might be a lot more modern because I got football late in life.
Same.
I know I've been. A lot of people are like, "Wow, you're a big fan of his." Yeah, I have him in fantasy. That's why Joey Cool. Because he's like he literally is the coolest dude.
He is
on the fucking.
The man smoked a cigar in the locker room after winning the national championship.
As the late great Stuart Scott says, he's cooler than the other side of the pillow.
He really is.
R.I.P.
My second one, I just had it, and then you threw me on Joey Cool. Oh, Megatron.
Oh yeah,
Megatron.
I am kind of surprised he fell to me at 4, but yeah, Megatron. It's a great fucking nickname. All right, Bryan, your second pick, por favor.
See, I'm gonna have to go with an unofficial nickname, but Ice Up Son.
Yeah, Steve Smith.
Yeah,
liked him.
Ice Up Son.
Ice Up Son. That's more of a catchphrase, but that's fine. I'll take it.
Well,
David.
I said unofficial because
that's fair. It. David, you're up. Last pick in the nickname.
Again, it's not really an official nickname that they've given him, but I think it's funny. And again, it's more of a recent pick. I gotta go with Banana Boy for Will Levis. I just think his nickname for that. You know why he got nicknamed that, right? Because he ate a banana with the banana peel on.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So ever since then, he's been people call him Banana Boy.
Wasn't he also the weird motherfucker that put
mayonnaise in his
coffee?
Ketchup? Yep.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. I've got a couple here for my last pick. Who do I go with?
I didn't look anything up, by the way. I
looked it up to make sure I wasn't missing any, so we could do honorable mentions if we need.
No, you're good.
And like I said, I'm kind of torn between.
I can see the comments now. David's picks suck. Thank you. I appreciate you. Appreciate your love and support. Make sure you like and subscribe.
Yeah, like and subscribe.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna go with just a personal favorite of mine. No, I'm gonna go with Legatron.
Legatron.
Greg
Zerline.
And Bryan,
Greg the Leg.
Yeah, Greg DeLeg. They called him Legatron, as well as Greg DeLeg. You're up for your last one, Brian.
Crap. I mean, I know I am, but hey, blanking here. Fuck it, Kraken.
Who's the Kraken? Who was that?
That was Greg Hardy.
Oh shit! Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, back when he was with Carolina and was good. And then he got into legal trouble.
Can I give an honorable mention to Crab Legs, by the way?
How did we forget that?
Well, my big thing here, we just drafted 9 nicknames and nobody said Sweetness or Primetime.
And no one officially mentioned it. Said
Sweetness was Barry Sanders, which ran
Primetime Deion Sanders.
Primetime was Deion Sanders. Those are classics. But yeah, and then next, I'm gonna go first on this one. This is not highlight plays. This is gun to your head or Super Bowl on the line. You need one player all time to make a clutch touchdown reception. Who are you going with?
Dez Bryant's catch against the Packers.
Fuck you. However, I specifically chose myself to go last for this one. I'm going Dez Bryant. Dez called it. Fuck anyone who says otherwise.
I mean, I agree because if only there was a guy.
Only there was a man. Okay, but you're up, Brian. Your first pick for you need a clutch touchdown catch. Who you got?
Larry Fitz.
Yeah, dude had more career.
That's fair.
He had more career tackles than drops.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I find it hard to go anywhere else. If you need a catch, him.
Yep, that's fair. David.
I mean, we just talked about him. Give me Megatron.
Yeah, that's
also fair.
100%.
I mean, the dude made Matthew Stafford look really good. Not that Matthew Stafford's a bad quarterback.
Number 2. Yeah, that's a great pick. I let my personal bias get in the way of the right choice, which would have been one of yours. I'm gonna go with. I just had it in my head. Who is it? Oh, I'm gonna go with Randy Moss.
That's fair.
In my opinion, my very humble opinion, he's the second greatest wide receiver of all time, above Jerry Rice.
Wow,
it's a hot take, I know. Brian, you're up next.
Fuck it, D-Hop there somewhere.
Yeah, he's got a couple. That's not a bad pick, especially for modern era.
Well, I mean, I didn't want to go with like the meme pick.
That's fair. All right, David.
I mean, I'm also going to go modern on this round. So my pick all depends on who's throwing to him.
Fair.
It's Jamar Chase. If Joe Burrow's throwing to Jamar Chase, he's catching that fucking football.
Yeah, he is. That's a good one. For my last pick.
Don't do it.
I talked about it kind of with my second pick. I'm going to go with who is, in my humble opinion, the greatest wide receiver of all time. I'm going to go with Terrell Owens.
Are you high?
I'm not. I think T.O. is the greatest wide receiver of all time. Gun to my head, need a touchdown catch. I'm going T.O.
And then when he doesn't catch it, game over.
All right, you're up, Brian. Last pick.
I really don't want to say this guy.
Say it.
OBJ.
All right. So, I mean, I guess we're giving everyone here is in their prime. That's not a bad pick.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, I didn't want to say him because it's like,
that's fair.
He's had a couple really that Madden cover catch.
Yeah, the one in the game that they lost.
Yeah, which is still funny as shit.
All right, David, bring us home.
For my last pick, because realistically, he made a catch that basically won us a Super Bowl. I gotta go with Julian Edelman.
Okay.
He made a clutch catch in the Falcons'
against the Falcons that basically won. It wasn't a touchdown, but it was still a catch. And while he may not be considered one of the best wide receivers of all time, he's one of the best Patriots wide receivers of all time.
That's true. And he's also very handsome.
He's also very handsome.
Honorable mention, what was it? Dominique Hickson. Or Nick, something, whatever it was.
For who?
I think the Giants.
Are you talking helmet catch?
Yeah.
That's David Tyree.
Shit.
Wasn't
David Tyree. Yes, it was. That ball never touched the ground.
No, it was not catch.
Oh, we got a salty Patriots fan here. I see. That ball
I also had to bring that up because Pat's fan.
Much like in the Des Bryant situation, the ball never hit the ground. It was a catch.
No, it was not catch.
And Eli just busting out of that sack. It was like
that brings us to the end of that one. We've got two more things up. Shouldn't take too much longer. Just around the league, I'm gonna pull up, and this was just in case we had missed anything while talking. We got to NFL.com and just look at the headlines and see if there's anything of a note. Obviously, Bengals, Joe Burrow out several weeks.
Joey, be okay.
Be okay. The top 100.
Get up, Joey, get up.
The top 100, 60 to 51 dropped today or yesterday.
Is that current NFL players?
This is as ranked by the current players. They've got Trayvon Diggs at 60, Justin Simmons at 59, Jeffrey Simmons at 58, Jordan Poyer at 57, Dakota Rain Prescott at 56. He's not even 156. Tony Pollard at 55.
75th, maybe.
Brian Burns at 54.
Okay,
Mike Evans,
like
53. Jonathan Allen, 52. And Aaron Rodgers at 51.
Ron Rodgers.
Yeah, Rodgers at 51. Like I said, this is as rated by current players who I think are all more qualified than any of us sitting here. I think Dak is rated too high. I think Rodgers is probably rated a bit higher than he should based on his performance last year.
Pick
and I think as good as he was, Pollard's probably ranked too high because he plays for the Cowboys.
Everybody that plays for the Cowboys is rated too high.
I know. Jeff, do you watch Bench Forward Brand?
Yes, I do. In fact, I watched the video you're talking about again today.
Yeah, the Madden ratings. Why does he have the same rating as us? Because we are biased towards Cowboys.
Because we're incredibly biased towards the Cowboys. All right, at least you admit it. All right, next up, Sean Payton says he regrets comments about Nathaniel Hackett. What did he say about Nathaniel Hackett?
Basically, that was a shit job.
Okay, calling it a mistake. Okay, yeah, fair, I guess.
It was a mistake taking that job.
Let's see.
Like, at least I'm not practicing missing 60-yard kicks.
All right, let's see. Jalen Ramsey, not Jordan Ramsey, expected out until December after knee surgery. This one's interesting, and we'll end off on this one. Bill Belichick, is he in the hot seat? David, we'll come to you. You're the Pats fan.
Oh,
so this is an interesting position because here's where I'm at as a Patriots fan. Bill Belichick's won me 6 Super Bowls, and you could argue that Brady won us 6 Super Bowls as much as you want. Let me be clear that 3 of those Super Bowls we only won because Adam Vinatieri made a kick.
Yep,
that's it. So. At the end of the day,
or John Casey missed a kick.
It still burns that never right.
We've had a winning record ever since Belichick's been here. Mm-hmm. We've never had a losing season, as far as I know. Besides, I think the season Brady went down with the ALC.
They still made the playoffs with Castle, didn't they?
That's right.
Either that or no, they just missed out because the Dolphins got that seat. But they still did well.
I know Kraft has basically said some stuff about he wants to get back to winning ways. Words are hard. But the division is so stacked. It is the most stacked it's ever been. Let me. And I know we get a lot of shit for this as the Patriots. We won a weak AFC East division. We did. I'll admit it.
For a long time.
For the longest time, the AFC East was not good. And that's why we because we were the best team in that division. We're now a decent team in a stacked division, and that's what the problem ends up being. Do I think Belichick's in the hot seat? If they don't make the playoffs, yes.
Okay. I
don't think the goal this year is to win the Super Bowl. I think all Robert Kraft wants from Bill Belichick this year is to make the playoffs.
Okay, that's fair. I will say on the losing records thing, the Patriots have had a losing record 2 of the last 3 years.
But that's because Brady's not there.
They went 8-9 last year, 10-7 the year before that, and 7-9 the year before that.
Wasn't the year before that the one we had Cam Newton?
Yes.
That one doesn't count. That's not that.
What do you mean that doesn't count?
We had the washed up corpse of Cam Newton. No,
Matt Jones is still on that roster.
I will even say Cam Newton had no business starting anywhere after Carolina.
He didn't.
By the time he left Carolina, he had no business starting.
However, if you look at the years before that, they had double-digit wins from 2003 all the way to 2009.
Also, last year didn't count because we had Matt fucking Patricia as our offensive coordinator.
Okay, but you can't say, "Oh, we didn't have a losing record and all that time." Bullshit. You've had 2 in the last 3 years, but you also won double-digit games for like 15 years in a row.
That was one of the stupidest hirings I've ever seen. Matt Patricia as an offensive coordinator.
I will say on the topic of hot seat this year, I don't think so. I think there's still too much goodwill between him and Kraft. Unless the Patriots really take a dive the next 2-3 years.
If the Patriots finish with a garbage record this year, which I don't see happening.
Me either.
Then yeah.
I don't see them going fewer than 8 wins. I also don't see I really don't think Belichick has a hot seat. I feel like he would retire before he was fired.
Yeah, I think that if Robert Kraft wanted to fire him, like if he was ready to move on, he would have the respect to go to him and say, "Look, we're going to move on from you. Do you mind retiring?" That way, we don't have all the headlines of "we fired you." And I think Belichick would probably do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the end of the headlines. And I've got one more thing before we wrap up. It's another game.
Yay! Pokemania 3?
No, God, no. That is coming one day, though. There we go. We've got the NFL Immaculate Gridiron. This has been a really big trend lately. You try to fill in these grid things. I figure we do maybe 3 of them. The goal is you find the interlocking things. The players that fit in those categories that overlink. You've got 9 guesses, basically.
Okay.
I figure we'll take turns with our guesses. We all get 3 guesses and see if we can
Are these modern players?
This is all time as long as they fit in the so like the first one. So like I'll do it in order. Bryan, you can go first.
No.
Like for that grid right there, a player who's played for the Jets and the Giants. That one, Steelers, Jets, and so on for the entire grid. You can only use a player once. Like they may fit in multiple sections, but you can only use a player once.
Well, I know who I've got for the Jets Steelers square.
And you don't have to do it in order. So, Bryan, you pick one of them and give me a guess. So you're going
Jets,
that one?
Steelers square, Santonio Holmes.
Antonio Holmes. Yep. I don't know why it's purple, but yes, that is correct. I'll go up next. I'm going to okay, so I think I probably need to take the Ohio State ones because I'm the only one who watches college.
Yeah.
Played for Ohio State.
Hilariously enough, the best team on that thing.
50 rushing and 200 passing in 1 game since 99.
Shit.
All right, Ohio State quarterbacks. Fuck. Just who have been some of them recently that have done okay?
Now, is that in the NFL or in an?
Yes, it's NFL.
Okay. Terrell Pryor.
Did Pryor play at Ohio State? I'm forgetting on where the quarterback.
Terrell Pryor played at Ohio State, and I know he had that 90-some yard run when he quarterbacked the Raiders.
It was 99 yards.
It was 99. Yeah.
I'm wanting to say Justin Fields, or did Justin Fields go to Bama? Oh no, he went to Ohio State. I'm going to go Justin Fields because it is my pick.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna go Fields because I know that's a yes.
Okay.
Right, David, you're up. I know it's tough.
I think, and I don't know this for sure. I think Tyrod Taylor played for both the Giants and the Texans.
Yeah,
I think he did. Also,
because to be fair, Brian's still the only answer I know, which is Le'Veon Bell played for both the Jets and the Steelers. I know that for a goddamn fact.
I will say real quick, I've turned on infinite guesses because I figure we'll give ourselves 12. So we all get 4 guesses. So basically, we all get 1 chance to get wrong. So you're going that square right there and going who?
Tyrod Taylor.
Tyrod Taylor. Tyrod Taylor. Yep. I'm like 99% sure that's all right. And then it goes back to you, Brian. I think we're 3 for 3 so far. We're doing good. Like I said, I think we'll do 3 of these before we close it off.
Ohio State Steelers.
Okay.
Dwayne Haskins.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, that sucked.
He and him had the same birthday.
Woof.
Yep, like I said, I'm pretty sure that's correct. What's funny is I was just thinking of that time. I'm like, shit, I don't know because I hate the Steelers. All right.
The thing is, he didn't even really. I don't think he actually played much, if any, for the Steelers. But I know after what were the Redskins let him go, he went.
I'm gonna try to get the Ohio State Giants one.
Quarterbacks.
Or
just players.
It just has to be a player that played at Ohio State.
At some point in history.
At some point in history, played for the Giants that went to the Ohio State University. Just thinking receivers.
Where did the other Steve Smith go to?
Carolina.
Really?
I think so. I could be wrong.
Plaxico?
Plaxico. Oh, because I have nothing else, and I did say I'd try to take the Ohio State ones. Actually,
he was Michigan State.
Let's see if I know one of the other ones. 50 rushing, 200 passing. And you know what? I'm going to go for that one, and I'm going to go. I don't want to do it.
Asshole.
But I'm going to do it. I'm going to go with, what's the son of a bitch's name?
Watson.
Yeah.
Only 1 T, but
is it only 1 T? Why am I not seeing it?
Because even this game was like, no.
No, I'm spelling that wrong.
Deshaun, I think.
Pre.
Oh, DE. Sean Watson. There he is. I don't know why he didn't show up. There we go. All right, David.
You spelled his name wrong. It's Peadtor.
Yeah.
Duh.
All right, you're up, David. Any of those squares? We're doing good so far.
I think, don't quote me on this, I think after he left the Jets, I think Geno Smith went to the Giants.
I'm pretty sure you're right.
He did. Yeah, he backed it. Because that dipshit broke up Eli's starting streak.
Yeah, he did. I hate Eli Manning. Even I felt bad for him. All right, Bryan.
I can't even remember that dipshit's name. Who was it? Ben something?
I don't know. You're up for one of the final 3. Either New York, Ohio State. As my mom just said, the Ohio State. Houston, Pittsburgh, or Jets players with 200 passing and 50 rushing in a game since 99.
Well, we're going to get our first wrong guess here.
Okay. What you got?
Texans, Steelers, Le'Veon Bell?
No. He never played on the Texans.
He didn't?
No. I think he only ever played with the Jets and the Steelers.
I also could
We'll,
just
we can talk to each other about it. So David told you for a fact that didn't happen.
I am like 90% sure he never played with them.
Who are some of the other just kind of bounce around guys that have gone there? Maybe some of the backup QBs.
By the way, Le'Veon Bell's only 31.
Yeah.
No, see, he did not. I just looked him up, and I am correct. He was with the Steelers, the Jets, the Chiefs, the Ravens, and the Bucks.
So a little bit of everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he never played. I knew for a fact he never played with the Texans.
Okay, so I am going to admit I lose here.
Okay.
Because I have had to look it up.
Okay.
22 players have played for both the Steelers and Texans.
That's it all time?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, give us yours, I guess. You love to cheat at these. Although, actually, real quick, David, can you name one of them before he does?
I have no idea.
All right, hold on. Let me see if I can.
I can name people who've played on the Steelers. I can name some people who played on the Texans. I cannot name people who played on both.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Let's see. I've only been watching football for like 15 years. I don't know. And here's the deal. Houston isn't a super historical team anyway.
No.
Texans.
Well, I mean, there's not a whole lot of people that have played for both because Houston hasn't been a team, but only like 21 years.
Yeah. Let's see if we can fill the other ones out. I know this one right here. That motherfucker, Zach Wilson.
Motherfucker.
You literally just had him and then he went away.
It wasn't him though. That's not what I clicked on.
There you go. Go and click crazy. Again.
I don't see him there.
Is he not H?
That's what it is. Is he not? It didn't pop up, so I guess Zach Wilson's actually wrong there.
50 yards plus 200, 50 plus rushing
and 200 passing.
No,
Well,
I don't think
that one could not possibly be Geno again. Get it?
Potentially.
Tebow!
I was gonna say I don't think we could use a player more than once.
No, you can't use player more than once. Geno would have been a good use there. But yeah, Tim Tebow. Ohio State Giants. I'm just trying to think running backs, but I have fucking nothing. So yeah, I think we have to take a wash on that one. Unfortunately, and it's no one right or wrong answer. There can be a bunch. Like I said, I think Geno probably would have fit in that one. But yeah, we got close. I think we're gonna do two more because yeah, you can play the previous ones because this is a daily thing. Do 26. Okay. Brian, we'll go you again. Like I said, we'll try to go 3-3-3. I know which one of these categories I can do, which one of the grid bits I can do really well at.
I know you can.
But yeah, you're up first.
Let's see. 5. Let's see. What is that one?
Five passing touchdowns in one game since '99. I know what my first guess on this.
I know what that one is.
Okay, you got one.
I think I know what the first one is, but I'm going to guess the 5+ passing touchdowns.
Okay, for which team?
Packers.
Okay.
Matt Flynn.
I mean, you're right, but why wouldn't you just say Rodgers? Because Matt Flynn had that. Like I said, you're right, but like, why the fuck would you do that?
He had the game that got him the contract in Seattle.
He is technically correct. The best kind.
Which is the best kind of correct. Okay, Brian, out of curiosity, which one do you think I'm going to answer first?
I think you're probably going to go Dallas and passing touchdowns.
Nope.
We know that one. Peppers.
He's from my hometown,
You son of a bitch, you stole mine.
Rocky Mount,
Hey.
North Carolina. Hometown boy.
Actually,
What?
in a lot of sources, he's from Wilson.
No, he's not.
In a lot of sources, yes, he is.
If you want to be accurate, he's from Bailey because he went to Southern Nash. He went to school with my
Oh, I
aunt.
know darn well he went to Southern Nash, but
He's from
Bailey
Bailey.
is closer to Wilson than it is Rocky
That's
Mount.
true. Phil Ford was from Rocky Mount. But he's Julius is a hometown guy, which is I'm sorry, David. I know it was your pick. Julius Peppers is a hometown guy for us. So who you got? He would have gone Peppers, but he thought the Matt Flynn pick was funny.
I actually, here's the thing. I wasn't going to say Peppers.
Really?
I mean, that would have been my second guess.
Yeah.
But I was going to actually say Tunyon.
Okay.
To be
What do you
fair,
got?
that was also my answer.
Yeah. What do you got?
We were
David?
talking about that earlier. I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm not good
Cowboys or
with
Bills QBs to throw 5 touchdowns?
pass.
Like, I think their current one might have thrown 5 in a game.
For who?
The Bills.
The other team
For
for the Cowboys.
I don't think he's thrown.
You don't think Josh Allen has a 5 touchdown game?
I don't think so.
Well, they haven't had any good quarterbacks though since then. Real quick, just go ahead and put that there, because I know it's true.
Oh Lord,
Tony Romo,
because you know it's true.
I do, and I know one of those games in particular he lost against Denver in 2013.
Oh yeah, Mr. Rono.
Fuck you, Peyton, man, you prick.
I mean,
Bryan, what would your next pick have been? Because David passed, which I'm okay with. As a group, I want to be able to get through 3 of these.
yeah.
What's your next one then? My next one is Romo. What's your next one?
My Bryan Bulaga.
For where?
Chargers, Packers.
Okay. You have one, Mr. David.
I will guess Josh Allen for the 5 touchdowns. I don't think he's had one, but I will guess him.
There he is.
Hey, good job, Joshy.
All right. I'm gonna go next.
R.I.P.
Marion Barber, rest in peace. Bryan, we got 3 more. We're fucking rolling.
I'm trying to think. I know Kellen Moore is their offensive coordinator now, but I'm also trying to remember where he was played quarterback. I know he played quarterback he was drafted by Detroit. He was in Dallas.
He only ever played in Dallas, to my knowledge, unless he played somewhere before that, which he might have. These 3 are going to be toughies, I think.
Oh, very, very, very much so. Let's see. Who would my guess be for Bills Bears?
Bills Bears. Yeah, these are all tough ones.
Oh yeah, we get through the easy ones and then.
Yeah, I know the Bears relatively okay because it's my mama's team, but let's see.
My mama.
My mama.
Pass.
I don't
Okay.
know.
Do you have any other 3, David?
I got nothing, bro.
Okay, let's see. Bears, Bills. None of their. Let's fucking go.
Fucking Kyle Orton. How did I forget about him?
Kyle Orton.
He
Big
also
fat one, Kyle Orton.
he also barely played
Garbage QB.
in Buffalo.
I know, but I know he played there briefly.
Shit.
We got two more. Dallas Chargers.
I feel like this was a running back or a wide receiver.
Oh! I have one.
Okay.
Because I know he was the quarterback before Herbert. Give me Tyrod Taylor again in the Bills freaking Chargers.
Motherfucker!
Tyrod Taylor, let's go.
Tyrod Taylor is my MVP of this game.
He got assassinated so Herbert could start.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, we've got one more. A Cowboy and a Charger.
I feel like it's a wide receiver or a running back.
Okay.
I could be completely fucking wrong because I usually am.
Oh. Just trying to think back.
This is gonna be on you, bro. I know nothing about the Cowboys other than
I know nothing.
They are a team that exists.
They are a team that exists.
And they are overrated.
Yes, they are. Going over it like
America's
maybe some of our backup quarterbacks,
of which there have been many.
Which there have been so goddamn many. Of
which Dak Prescott should have been one.
Kellen Moore, I don't think played in.
That's the one I want to go, but it's like I can't remember if it was quarterback.
Don't think Kellen Moore played there. Who are some of the other ones? Why can I not think of any of our players? Even just recent players, man.
Let's see.
Don't Google it. We're so close. Oh, shit. Not a quarterback. I don't know. Receivers. It's not. Offensive line, maybe.
Oh, that actually may have gave me an idea.
Okay.
Who
are some of our O linemen that have left, or maybe some of those like old ass D linemen that they keep bringing in?
Oh, here's one.
Okay.
Marcellus Wiley.
I don't know who that is.
He was big on I think ESPN for a while.
Okay. Did you look at? Oh shit! Yeah. All right, we're gonna do one more of these. And we'll go back to the very first one that they did because these are relatively recent. They just started doing these 3 weeks ago. Hey, we've got the Cowboys again. Fun. We're gonna go. We are gonna try to keep it in order for this one. And you know what? We're gonna go David first. David, you're up, and I'll go last. And tell you what, we'll do Snake. So David, you go first. This is all just team ones.
Can we just do one that has Patriot players or something?
Are you saying you pass?
No. Oh no, actually I do have one for the Bears Seahawks because this was recently Jimmy Graham.
Yeah.
Who just re-signed with the Saints.
Yeah,
I saw that.
Yeah,
Jimmy Graham.
He was on the Seahawks Cup.
Is not
year?
it?
The year before that?
No, he is. He's
oh.
Yeah. All right. Brian, you're up.
I was gonna say I remember seeing his bald ass head on the fucking Seahawks.
I'm going to say Cardinals Seahawks.
Okay.
ADP. That's Bengals Seahawks.
Oh, Cardinals Seahawks. Who?
Adrian Peterson.
Oh. Adrian. I can't spell, I know. AP. Yep. I'm going Cowboys, Bears.
Go with your boy again.
Dallas Bennett.
Oh, damn.
Dallas drafted him. Dallas had a tight end duo of Martellus Bennett and Jason Witten.
Wasn't he the one that faked an injury to get out of Green Bay to go to New England?
Yes. And we're doing Snake for this one, so
okay, so
then it's me, and then it's you, and then it's David.
Yeah.
I want to say Carson Palmer played for Seattle, but he didn't.
He did not.
I
do think I know who I would. I know the Bengals Seahawks one. I know it.
Hold on. Well, again, it can be multiple. I'm going to try one of the Dallas ones again.
I just asked me don't take the Dallas Bengals square because I actually know that.
Okay, so I'll try to get one for the Cardinals Cowboys. Did Kyle Orton have a stint in Arizona? He played so many places. We're allowed at least one wrong one.
Can I give you one? I know this
if
one.
you know it.
Emmitt Smith.
I'll tell you what, he's not wrong.
The best kind of not wrong.
Yeah, he's technically right. All right, technically, then it goes to you, then, Brian.
Bengals, Seahawks, TJ, who's your mama?
Oh yeah, TJ, who's your mama? The TJ.
Space HOU.
T.J.
I was just gonna say HOU.
TJ.
Who's your mama?
Hushmanzada. Yeah, TJ, who's your mama? All right, David.
The fucking Ginger Avenger, Andy Dalton.
Oh shit, yeah.
Red Rifle. The Ginger Avenger. I've never heard that.
I think you clicked the wrong Andy.
Yeah, I did. All right, you got one more, David, and then we'll try to get back down it, and I'll try to clear it with whatever you guys don't.
I try to go Jets because we play the Jets a lot.
You play them a lot, yeah.
So I will try to go that. It's Tyrod Taylor again. No, I'm kidding. I think he played. I don't know how to fucking spell his name. Uzumami or something like CJ.
Uzumami.
All you had to do was catch the ball, CJ. For the Jets and who?
He played the Jets and the Bengals, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
All you had to do was catch the ball, CJ. All right, one more, Brian, and then I'll try to clear out whichever square is not taken.
Okay, so it's either Bears, Jets or Cardinals.
Or Jets, Cards.
Yeah.
I know one. I know one only because it's funny.
What you got? Like if you're throwing them out, what you got?
Yeah, I've got nothing. I'm gonna feel stupid for not thinking.
So only because I only know this is because I think it's funny because I love players that have the same names as quarterbacks. There's a guy who's a defensive tackle for the Jets, and I think he plays for the Bears now, or either way around. His name is Lamar Jackson.
That's a defensive back.
Oh well, whatever.
Cornerback. It's right though.
Yay!
Okay. Can I
again? I love that because the Josh Allen thing. The Josh
Cardinals.
Allen. The superior Josh Allen who plays in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Hey, to be fair, he owns the thing of being the only player to sack a player who has the same name as himself.
Yeah.
I think is fucking great.
Jets.
And did it so well.
Jets, Cardinals.
I'm going to feel dumb for not knowing this one. I'm all right with the Bears, Jets.
I know the answer.
Hold on. I know he went around a lot. Tebow didn't have a stint there, did he? I'm just going some.
I know it.
I know the answer.
What y'all got?
Josh McCown.
I was going to say Robbie Anderson.
His name is Robbie Chosen.
Whatever no, it's Chosen Anderson.
It's Chosen Anderson.
Whatever the fuck his name is.
It's one or the other, I believe.
Well, I mean, like I said, it can be.
I'm saying it's either McCown or Anderson. They're both, but I think they're going for
Josh,
is
right? Not Luke.
Yeah.
We got the clear sweep to close out the podcast.
Yay!
Jimmy Graham, Martellus Bennett, Lamar. Those guys played together in Chicago too.
Yeah.
The other Lamar Jackson, TJ, who's your mother? Andy Dalton. Fuck off, Andy Dalton. CJ, who's your mama?
He did fuck off to my team.
Yeah, CJ Uzama. Josh McCown, the man with also a bunch of kids and a bunch of jerseys.
ADP.
The greatest running back of all time, Emmitt Smith. And then the child beater, Adrian Peterson. He was cleared. He didn't actually get convicted of anything. But that's going to do it for us. That went 2.5 hours. That was fun, though. I love talking football with my pals. Yeah, that's it for us. I'll be back. We'll probably be back with another one of these a quarter of the way through the season. So, like, going into week 5. With our thoughts on the first month. For those of you who like listening to a really bad Pokemon tuber give really bad football takes, I appreciate you watching. Hit the like button if you liked it. Tell us, but especially David, how bad our opinions and stuff were for our awards and our predictions. Make sure to let me know that Tua's going to get hurt and miss the entire season.
Please come at me with all the comments.
Come at us with the comments. Feel bad for Bryan. He's a Panthers fan, wallowing in eternal suffering. We'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.